China has issued a stark warning following the US deployment of its NMESIS missile system to the Luzon Strait, declaring those who play with fire will set themselves on fire. This heated response came after the US positioned its anti-ship missile system on strategic Philippine islands that form part of the first island chain, territory seen as key to containing China militarily and vital in any conflict over Taiwan. In immediate retaliation, China sent its Shandong aircraft carrier group through the strait into the Western Pacific. But Beijing's show of force does little to change the reality. The military balance in the Indo-Pacific is shifting rapidly in favor of US allies like the Philippines and Taiwan. While China loudly complains, the US has quietly continued reinforcing its allies, responding to protests over an initial Typhoon deployment to the Philippines by announcing a second, and now adding the NMESIS system at a critical point near Taiwan. It's a clear statement of intent from Washington and an unmistakable warning to Beijing. Together, the NMESIS and Typhoon missile systems create what one Chinese analyst described as a comprehensive strike network, and the label fits. The Typhoon system, capable of launching Tomahawk cruise missiles over 1,000 miles, can strike deep into China's coastal military bases. Meanwhile, the NMESIS's 100-mile range poses a direct threat to the PLA Navy. These deployments form part of what the US Defense Secretary has called a plan to re-establish deterrence in the region. And the need for deterrence remains high. Earlier this month, China attempted to seize a reef in the Spratly Islands, with Chinese Coast Guard forces landing on Sandy Key, releasing photos and claiming sovereign jurisdiction. The White House called the reports deeply concerning if true, while James Hewitt of the National Security Council warned actions like these threaten regional stability and violate international law. The Philippines, however, responded immediately, deploying Marines, police and Coast Guard forces to the reef and releasing their own images and footage. This assertive reaction from Manila signals a new approach, contests China's moves proactively rather than reacting later. It reflects growing confidence, both from stronger US support and the realization that inaction will only invite further Chinese advances. Manila has also committed to intensifying surveillance of Chinese vessels entering its exclusive economic zone, alongside ramped-up military and Coast Guard upgrades. In another major step, the Philippine Coast Guard this week announced it would acquire 40 new 35-meter fast patrol boats from a French firm, more than tripling the size of its fleet. These developments come as the US and the Philippines conduct their annual joint exercises. US Marine Corps Lieutenant General James Glynn stated, "We will demonstrate not just our will to uphold our mutual defense treaty, but our matchless capability to do so." The 3-week exercises will simulate a full-scale battle scenario.